Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patera with you today. We're going to talk about a killer weed and grass barrier for your gardens, okay, and for multiple purposes. If you're trying to avoid pesticides and all those things out there in order to kill certain areas off in terms of grass or weeds, I've got a recommendation for you. You've probably done it, probably seen it, but I do want to tell you about it. What we have here is we have trellised our blackberry, all of our blackberries, okay? We planted them last year. They were little, tiny little things, okay? But they have come back with a vengeance. So my goal this year was to create a really nice mulch area in between, leaving some spacing because we have new canes coming up or new vines coming up and whatnot. So, but I did want to kill the areas in between and turn it into some fine, nice mulch eventually is the goal, instead of having to mow and trim weeds by hand. I do that often. So what I've done, and I didn't want to use really any chemicals or anything because I don't want to kill off my plants. I don't want to get near that. So I want to make a recommendation for you. I want you to be able to know that you do have the option of using cardboard. Now, I have used cardboard in my gardens, and I am now using it in terms of what you're seeing here. I'm going to let you know right now, it breaks down slower, at least in my situations, has broken down much slower than, say, newspapers, okay? So just to let you know, some folks like to put this down to start a garden area and then start mulching on top of it or putting compost and just building up the soil. This takes a little bit longer, so you need to know that. But what we've done is I have gotten in a lot of shipments. We've gotten in a bunch of apple trees and different things the past couple of weeks, and so I've kept the boxes and I've kept the cardboard and I've cut it to fit exactly how I want it to in between this area. I'm also going to use it up against my fence line. When I till, I've got a whole new fenced area right over here. If you can see all of that right there, do you see all of that? I'm going to till up against it. I am going to turn the ground one time, and up against the fence line, I am going to put a thin layer of the cardboard to keep down the weed and grass barrier up against the actual fence. And I'm going to plant green beans. That's another video. But I'm going to let them trail us up, see? So that's what we're doing there. I'm utilizing even my fencing now. So, long story short, here's what you want to do. It works really, really well. You want to try to use plain cardboard, you know, make sure there's no tape and it's just plain brown cardboard, okay? You can go to the the grocery store, you can ask around, not difficult stuff to get, right? So what I did is I cut it to size. First I mowed, got it all trimmed down really nice, and then I placed the cardboard. Then I've come back on top and I've placed my homegrown compost. I have a huge compost pile. It works really well for us, and we use it everywhere. Of course, we've got manure and grass clippings and all the things in the world to make great compost. So I put down a thick layer of compost and some good dirt just to hold it down, to get it started, okay? And then I've come back with the pine straw. And I've just pine strawed this. I like using pine straw on my homestead because I make a lot of that too. So it's nice to start with that because I can supplement it for free. Then I came back and I sprayed all of this with water. I wanted to get it really wet. I wanted to get the cardboard really wet and settled into the ground. A really good herbalist that I know, she grows unbelievable amounts of lavender, and this is what she does in her garden for her walkways, okay? She doesn't necessarily need it to make mulch and compost in terms of for growing purposes, but to make beautiful, clean pathways, she prefers to use the clean cardboard. So I just wanted to share this with you. It's a great option for you. It's thinking outside of the box. We always like that, right? So if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Go start collecting this cardboard. You've got natural options out there. You just have to think outside the box. Y'all take care out there and have a great spring season.